Welcome to the Locker, Season 6, Episode 5. I'm your man, A. White, along with Van Hiles. What's going on, man?
Man. I have seen better days.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. My son they have winter break. He's back home. Somebody hit him in the back. So he's got to deal with that.
Y'all ain't got weather, y'all ain't got snow and all that down there, do y'all?
No. Something happened. I don't think, man, Houston traffic is ridiculous. So he was leaving in pretty much almost rush hour. You know.
Oh, he was okay, so he ain't that way yet. You say he was on his way home, or he already?
Yeah, he was on his way home. He was on his way home.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, so hopefully everything be fine and dandy, man.
Yeah.
Other than that just happened. So what about the rest of the week?
That, man, it's been rough. But
the whole week been rough.
Whole week been rough, but it is what it is. You know, I'm blessed to be here. And as I tell people, when my feet hit the ground in the morning, everything else is gravy. Everything else cherry on top. So
right. Which makes me think, which leads me to think, or not leads me to think, the Super Bowl, man. I'm trying to figure out if you're a Super Bowl halftime show person. No, and I don't remember. I hardly don't remember no commercials. I was under the weather most.
Really?
Yeah, man. A lot going on. I think I was dehydrated. Shoot, the weather been here, man. Like at least 2 times last week, it was 70 degrees.
Right.
And within 24 hours, it was 30 something.
I heard. I really, people don't believe me when I say this. Is I don't watch sports with the sound on because I don't like hearing announcers, especially with football, because they be saying a lot of stuff I don't agree with. Because I'm looking at the TV, and I know y'all got a TV up in the booth. How are you seeing what you seeing? And I'm seeing something that so I stopped doing that, man. Jeez, at least 10 years ago. So I used to listen to music. Now I just listen to a podcast. Like some on YouTube or something, just listen and watch. So I ain't got to deal with people saying crazy stuff. So when the halftime thing happened, what did I do? Commercials I don't see. Halftime I did something. I don't know. I was doing something around the house. So I didn't see it. Now, I did see it post, though, because a lot of stuff have been said, so let me watch it post. I watched it in an entirety afterwards. I didn't see it live, though.
See, now that don't make no sense from everything you just said. That's the part that don't make sense. Because my whole point in asking the question was, if you're not interested in it, and that was my whole point. Like, I wasn't really interested in it. I always watch it just in case a titty gonna pop out or wardrobe malfunction or something. You never know what's gonna happen. So when you say you didn't watch it, the one thing that got to me, I always just go on social media and look for funny memes. For some reason, I've been getting a lot of food stuff, and it must be because what?
Food stuff?
Yeah, man. I don't know how to cook, so. Every time, so now I've been liking some dishes and be like, I share them and see if somebody, know how to make them or whatever. So I just be like, so now I just get them all the time. So it'd be that, what was it? Food stuff, relationship memes, and just, So bottom line was, so I'm watching the game and I ain't feeling good, so I'm just strolling. Halftime go over, man, my whole damn feed. Instagram, Facebook, X, everybody. It's everybody just talking about halftime. So here's the thing. I go on there, and it's people that, I'm just like, why has everybody got a comment? So basically, I ain't a Taylor Swift fan for no reason. I don't think she's attractive. I don't listen to her music. Not saying that it ain't good. I don't have an opinion. Like, I don't
I
know.
got you. I got you.
I really don't think she's attractive as all the hype is. Like, I
I
never
got you.
really. Beyonce takes some good pictures, but I ain't really overly impressed with. But that's not for me to tell. I'm not gonna go on somebody's post and be like, oh,
Gotcha.
she's ugly, or that's not my type. So I'm just looking through the stuff, and it was amazing, and that's why it pissed me off. You gave that answer. It's amazing how many people are commenting on it that don't care. So if you didn't care, I'm talking about you personally. If you didn't care, why go back and watch it? So now you want to watch it because you want to hear what everybody talking about. I don't give a damn what everybody talking about. So hold on. So so people on there commenting, like I said, especially a bunch of old Caucasian people, European people. If you don't know what he's saying, that's fine. I mean, you just didn't know what he said. Turn it off. Right. Go clean up. Go fix you another plate. Get you another beer. Need your drink up. Get ready for the second half. But the fact that everybody had opinions about it, and I was just like, man, I don't want to see all y'all's opinions. But everybody had an opinion, and I went on there and posted, I don't really have an opinion. So I don't want to keep seeing everybody have an opinion. Like, if you didn't like it, you just didn't like it. Like, right. I'm just reading through. Sometimes everybody says it was encrypted, like this part meant that part, like it was a whole story. Then you got people saying that. You got the other group of people saying, I don't know what the hell he was saying. Then you got a large amount, and I don't know a large amount statistically. This was the worst Super Bowl one ever. Then you got people saying it's the best, and they debating that. And I'm just like, I don't know how you dictate what's the worst halftime performance ever. Like, I don't think nothing, and that's just because I've always been a Michael Jackson fan. I don't think too much rival to Michael Jackson or Prince fans, and I don't know too many people in the world that ain't fan of Michael Jackson or Prince, or at least heard that music. It may not be a genre, just like I like some country music, but I can't name the singers. I sing the songs or whatever. So point was, I'm gonna get this out eventually. So the point was, the whole Super Bowl, I wasn't feeling good. We're trying to recover, trying to stay hydrated. And then I couldn't focus on social media and find funny memes or nothing because everybody had something to say, which was fine, absolutely fine. But where I think the worst part came, not the worst part, but the most incredible thing, most remarkable thing was, like, people I went to high school with that I ain't talked to in 25 years.
Yeah.
Half of them agreed with what I was saying. Like, I didn't have nothing to say about it. Like, I mean? Like, I don't care. But the other half was, no, you didn't get the point. Right. I did. If I want to take a political view of it, I'm gonna go read and research, and I'm still gonna have a political view. Right. I'm neither a Republican or a Democrat. So I got views on both sides that I agree with. Point was, everybody was making a big deal out of it. People started coming out the woodworks that I ain't talked to in years. And so it's just funny that you gave that answer. But you are a controversial person. I mean, you don't mind a good debate. I don't like it. I don't like a good debate. Because otherwise you wouldn't be on Twitter. Everybody got an opinion on Twitter. Instagram, you just look at pictures. Instagram, you just look at pictures. And Facebook, you just share relationships with family.
I don't go back and forth. I'll go post back, and I might respond one time and I'm done. What I went back to look at it is because someone whom I respect started saying things about the imagery of it, the subtleness of it. I'm like, let me go watch it. So I watched it. Okay. I'm gonna be honest with you. It was far from the best. Mm-hmm. It wasn't the best. I would say this is for a rapper to have a full halftime show by himself, pretty much, is pretty amazing. Yeah. Because if you've ever been to a rap concert, it's boring. I haven't been to a rap concert since I was a teenager. It's the worst concert you will ever see because there's no entertainment value.
Right.
So for me, I am also not the biggest Kendrick fan. So it's not like I know all his songs. And I know a couple of his hits, but I'm not a stan. So it wasn't my favorite, but it was far from the worst. and it wasn't the best. I think it was a solid performance. I I I would say this: if I would have watched it live, I wouldn't have been as impressed as when I was watching it and I had some cliff notes. You know what I'm saying? Some cliff notes to the oh, that is dope. Oh man, I would have never caught some of the stuff that Twitter kind of made me look into. So the thing that got me was Justin Rowland put up a poll. I don't know if you saw that. And Justin said, what grade you gave it? D, F, or you didn't watch it? I'm like, Justin, what kind of poll is that? We the D and F, you just stacked the votes. So I was being funny, and then some guy came after Justin. I'm like, bro, this is crazy. And here's the thing, and I put smiley face in my post, trying to make it lighthearted, but a couple people came at him, man. So then I had to make a post.
I didn't see. So none of that had to do with it. I didn't see you made a post. Like anything, some started off like now, all the memes that come up on and it say Kendrick on there. I just, I mean, and this is my. I don't know if it's a cultural thing. I don't know. I guess this is a sports podcast. It really ain't, because we could talk about. We just have conversations about anything, really. So I feel comfortable saying. I think a lot of people tune in because we're both athletes and they expect that. But over the years, we've been talking about many things other than sports. But I say this. This is where the sport that we growed up playing is changing completely from NIL, I'm talking about even in the pros. Look at Saquon. You got to, whoever made that phone call, whoever that dude was in that video that said, we want you to test the market. Your ass should be sitting at home with Patrick Mahomes and the rest of them and Drake right now. Not saying that you didn't make a bad decision, because it kind of reminds me of the Anthony Davis trade here recently, that he couldn't stay healthy. But your whole team was shitty.
Right.
Now, you put him on one of the best teams, rounded teams, solid quarterback, solid receiving core. I'm going to get to my point eventually. My point is this, man. So the game has just changed so much where it's just dramatic. Like it's just drama everywhere. And I said this, and you said this in your statement. Do you realize the halftime show is built for entertainment? So people want to see the choreograph. People want to see the choreography. I mean, they want to see, like you said, but it is also remarkable for him to entertain for 20 straight minutes and no break. I heard that it is pre-recorded or something, that what we see on TV, because somebody was showing me clips. There was a streaker. There was 2 streakers, I believe, that ran on them.
Palestinian flag. I saw that somewhere. There was some guy in the
yeah. So my point is, the halftime show, why I bring up Michael Jackson and Prince and some of the, who was the one girl that was hanging from, was it Lady Gaga or somebody?
I don't watch these halftime shows.
Well, my point is,
I watch the whole time.
My point is, the only time it ever really gets brought up was Janet Jackson. One girl, I think somebody lost, they fell from their belt. Like their belt came loose. They didn't fall completely, but their belt came loose while they were performing. The chastity belt came loose. Then my point was, everybody, now this whole thing,
Did you say the chastity belt?
Whatever the hell the thing is that holds you up in the thing that holds you up from the sky.
I got you.
Whatever, you know what the hell I'm talking about. Point was they so it's really not entertainment anymore. Like if it was entertainment, everybody could watch it. Like everybody would enjoy the choreography of it. Everybody would enjoy the points of it. But like you said, now like these wardrobe functions and stuff, man, that stuff ain't. So it's just taking so much away from the game that everybody come in for the halftime show. Even the commercials used to be funny, or have a point that you leave a lasting remark. Like I'm sure there's an entire group of people who don't care about the Super Bowl because it was rap music. I'm sure there's a whole group of people that don't care about it because it was a Drake versus Kendrick Lamar thing. That's what everybody thinks. But then there's a whole group that said it wasn't. Then there's probably a whole nother group of people who saying a bunch of political messages behind it that didn't like it.
Right.
None of that had to do with the Super Bowl or football or entertainment. None of that was entertaining to me. It was either a message being sent or it was something going on that I didn't have the time because I tuned in for a Super Bowl game. I didn't have the time to research. So I went all the way around to say all that because you started off the way you did, which is fine. But none of that related to entertainment or football.
Anthony, I think I might have the reason. I'm looking at this, right? Remember when Jay-Z became part of NFL and all this stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Remember that?
Yeah.
So these are the last, I'm going to go, I think there's 5, and I'm at the stop. This might be why a certain segment of society is starting to get pissed off. This year was Kendrick Lamar. I even forgot. Last year was Usher. I didn't even know that.
Oh, yeah.
The year before that was Rihanna.
And that's when they brought up the whole Red Devil something.
Really? That was it?
Oh, yeah. They kept, because she wore a red outfit, and they was like, you look at her eyes at this point.
That's great.
It was a whole narrative made about that one.
Then the next was Dr. Dre, Snoop, Eminem, Mary J, and Kendrick.
A lot of people across the country like that. A lot of people thought that was one of the best ones in the past 20 years.
Oh, really? Yeah. All right. The one before that was The Weeknd.
I don't remember that one.
The one before that was Shakira and Jennifer Lopez.
I kind of like that one.
Then you had Maroon 5. Justin Timberlake, Lady Gaga, Coldplay, Katy Perry. So now, did you see the shift? You see the the shift in genres? You had like 4 years of a certain genre, then all of a sudden the last since 2020, it's been all hip hop, R&B.
But I will give you, Usher is a great entertainer, and I think Usher has music that goes across both things. I think the entertainment, and I think Shakira and them were entertaining. Well, I don't know how entertaining they were, but they both fine, boy. I was checking them out.
Usher,
I didn't even know who Shakira was. Really?
Usher has music that crosses ages of our ethnicity. That it doesn't cross ages of the other ethnicities at 60 years old. You know, like my mom likes Usher.
Okay.
Some of the guys I went to school with, mom don't know who Usher is. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think you're giving enough credit. I'll say this, because Usher's probably, because you 50 years old, Usher is probably the Michael Jackson of our time.
Close, yeah.
Because he's entertainment, and Michael Jackson's music wasn't generally made for.
But Usher, I'm just to the demographic, to the white demographic, Usher's not like that, like Michael Jackson, like Prince was. Usher's not that to that level. You know what I'm saying? Michael
Jackson's and Prince's music was good. Good. I'm saying good. Their entertainment was more. Yes. The entertainment was probably more powerful than their.
Yeah. So Chris Brown is just as good an entertainer as Usher. Chris Brown is not crossing over to the 60-year-old white male and female.
Yeah, but I don't think Usher does as much. Now he's gotten to that part since he had the residency, but I don't think he does as much hip thrusting and stuff as Chris Brown does. Like, he's a little raunchy and he's young as hell. See? All right. Crowley Cobb agrees with me.
No doubt. No, I'm not saying he doesn't, but he doesn't carry. Usher can't carry halftime like Michael and Prince could, where everybody's gonna wait after. You know what I'm saying? Some people, but I would just say this. I don't know the ratings. I bet you Michael Jackson and Prince, no one left.
Right.
when Usher came on, there were a group of people who left.
Yeah.
Left and got their chips and dip, got their beer, got their whatever. But like when Kendrick came on, a whole lot of people left. You know what I'm saying?
Who was that? You might have been involved. You know, somebody showed somebody on Facebook. The one thing that did because it kind of backed up what I said. Somebody showed a video, not with the surround sound playing in your TV and the bass booming. They showed a video with their camera phone, like behind the scenes.
Uh-huh.
It was exactly what you said. Everybody's sitting there. You didn't see lighters and stuff. You didn't see people cheering. It was just people sitting there moving around, going because I just look at it. You'll probably be able to look it up somewhere. It was amazing. It's like all the hype you see on TV ain't what it was. You know, they got the people who be on the ground in front,
right?
Probably paid actors to be there,
right?
And people who just love the music,
right?
But once you go like around the stadium,
dude,
they had the camera just going around. It was like being at the movies or so, man.
Yeah, that just like when you look at the I read of it, the Dr. Dre one, he had people in there like Eminem crosses.
Yeah.
Eminem brings everybody. Dr. Dre kind of brings everybody. Everybody knows who Dr. Dre is, right? So I think that was probably one where less people left. So, it is what it is. It's like when Maroon 5 came on before 2020, there was a lot of us who left. But for me, why do people why does it become so adversarial with their comments? Like why why does it got you can say something, but why put that extra stank on the end? Extra stankonia on the end. Like that ain't needed. Like that's the part that gets me. Like when people talking about J-Ro, like he's the worst, blah blah blah. Dude, all he's doing is giving his opinion. Like someone was mad that he said
who's J-Ro? Oh,
Justin Roland. Yeah, when he said John Wall was overrated. That's his opinion. Like I don't think Tom Brady is the GOAT. Some people gonna be like, well, but in my opinion, he's not the best quarterback in the history of football. Yeah. So, but I'm not gonna say if you said, "Oh, you dumbass," I can't believe you. Why you think like that, dude? It is. You think that way. You say your point. I say my point. Then we're done. There's no need to keep going back and forth because I'm not gonna change my opinion.
Yeah, that's why I said, and it's bad that at this point in time, you know, as big as social media is now, you got to get off of social media at times like that. Like you said, just watch the game because, like you said, I don't feel, and I guess it's kind of the climate now anyway. Maybe because of the election, maybe whatever. But you see, and people know it's funny. It ain't funny, man. I don't even know why I'm laughing. But you see people, so you see something you don't like, and it's nationally televised. Maybe it's a UK game. And everybody runs to social media. If I see something I don't like, I ain't like that. Going about my day. Right. So now, like I say, I get a timeline flooded of stuff that people didn't like.
Right.
Now I wonder if they liked it. I guess there were a lot of people in there saying that said they did like it. Yeah. But it reminds me of, and I kid you not, man. And that's why I really didn't want to laugh about it. So whenever somebody like Tyrese recently, certain people, whenever they have an emotional moment, who in the hell says, man, let me grab my phone real quick, I'm about to cry. What? And what if your cry, and after somebody posted, it was the realest shit ever. What if your cry does not, it don't come out the right way the first time?
Right.
You got to go back and redo it.
Anthony, what's worse, dude? That's, all right, at least I can work around and say maybe someone's going through the same thing, and maybe that can help them get through their situation. What's worse to me is if you see something going down bad, someone getting beat up, someone robbing someone setting fire to something, and the first thing you do is pull out your phone. That's the point. Like, call the cops. Do something to, alleviate the situation that's going bad. Oh no, let me pull out my phone and record this. World Star, I guess World Star's so 2010 or whatever. But that's the kind of stuff that bothers me more than someone Tyrese getting on and stating what's going on in his life. But man, yeah, that's.
And you're right, that is jacked up, especially you see a male attacking or male abusing a female or something, or
Right.
you just sitting there recording it. It's just crazy as hell,
That's
man.
crazy.
Just like I said, first thing you do, you see somebody getting attacked. Period. But let me record this. Yeah, man, it is what it is, man. But
hey,
yeah.
If you want to do something, remember that you want to talk about Cam Newton comment. You remember what Cam Newton said?
I just watched. When you sent that Monday?
I sent that probably.
Kind of thinking what he said.
I can pull it up. Hold on. If you want to talk about it, or you want to talk about basketball.
Nah, go ahead. Basketball ain't really it's rather quick. I do want to know, since you're a Lakers fan, if you think LeBron knew AD was leaving. Did he not know it all? Everybody keep acting like he didn't know it all, but man, he's a calculated individual. And I can't hate on him because I just got done watching some of his highlights from his first couple years.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, and he was a dog. Like, he a lot better than I remembered him being, I should say.
At 19.
All right. 20, he was aggressive, man. He was.
Oh, let me turn the volume.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, I remember that. We don't got no volume. You know that? Van.
Yeah.
We don't have no volume. I don't hear nothing.
Oh, it ain't playing volume?
No.
It's playing volume on my end. How do I? Because I definitely hear it.
Do y'all hear it? Maybe they hear it and I don't.
Do you hear it? So you don't.
I don't hear it.
Well, let's see what people say, because that's bad if you don't hear it. Can someone let us know if they was able to hear?
Nope.
Oh. So how do you get it to? Have I not played anything on here?
I don't know if we ever played anything with volume on it. Like I said, I always do the.
So I don't know how you do. Well, I don't know then. All right. Have you heard it though?
I do remember now.
Okay. What? I went through some emotions on this. I went through the emotions of me coming to Kentucky for Baton Rouge with a different mindset of football.
Mm-hmm.
And then Reggie and George coming, two Texas boys that played at San Fran, they came and they had my viewpoint when I originally got to Kentucky. But now I was on the team that was 1-10, and they came here talking that, and now I feel a certain way because I'm one of the. I became one of the people who was on the losing end, and so I was on both ends of it. So I felt it coming from both sides. I felt what Cam was saying, but I also feel what the people who was on the team that lost, that were quote unquote he called them losers. So I want to hear what was you thought on it.
So my thought was, I think he was spot on. I think I had the same kind of feeling you had, but I feel like, though, when I came to Kentucky, now mind you, you were probably the same way, because you went to a different breed of school. I was in public schools, and I live in a certain area. So the competition now in the playoffs and in big games, we would play like top competition. We would beat them as well. But just, man, like in our conference, I don't think we ever lost a game from 6th, 7th grade on up. Like middle school, we didn't lose no games in the conference, but in the tournament and stuff like that. So my point was, when I came, I wasn't used to losing. Like we didn't lose in basketball, we didn't lose in football, we ain't losing. I ran track. At baseball, I played travel league or whatever. So I was just, so when I came here, like you said, I was like, and I was in the DB room with y'all. So it's George and Reggie and them, all them dudes who I'm like, damn, you mother ready to fight. Like they mad they lose. I didn't get to meet Melvin John. I don't know Melvin Johnson at all. So I'm like, man, these jokers, man. Like I'm used to winning, but man, am I willing to throw hands with some 6'7", 320-pounder over it? They didn't care. Like so, but my thing, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna do it my way. Like I'm gonna be smooth. I'm just gonna, but I ain't gonna talk no stuff because I'm just at the end. So we start losing. The motherfucker's casual as hell. I'm like, man, man, we just got our ass whooped by dude. Who? It what? I told you this before. I don't think you don't remember this. You don't remember when it happened. When I was in the DB room, my first couple months. We playing. Did we play Florida at home in '95?
Yes.
I was told, hey, get ready, young buck. And I was like, get ready for what? He was like, I bullshit you not. I can't remember who. They said when we get up by 50, they're gonna put y'all in. They're gonna take your red shirt. And I was like, what? 50? Shit, sure enough. Zoom, 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 zoom. We get up by 50. And I'm like, man, I ain't going this damn game, man. Like, first, I didn't want to take my ass whooping. I didn't want to take none of the ass whooping. And I'm like, if they beating y'all like that, then what are they gonna do to little 170-pound me? Now here's the problem. So the problem became, which we have the problem with the UK now. The problem was this. Now it's people in front of you, or just not even in my position, like people holding on to a spot, knowing that you maybe not giving the effort, or you not cut out to be there, because you could have all the effort you want, like Shelly. Like I like Shelly. There's some dudes that probably wasn't athletic, like we say Slarman, probably wasn't athletic enough, but like a sneaky athletic person, Justin Snetter, way more athletic than you would know. You just look at him, but he was just good.
Yeah.
But so as a freshman, I'm like, so we just gonna keep on playing these people that can't compete in this conference? I don't know if I can at this point. I don't know how you felt. I don't know if I can or not at this point. But I want to get my shot at it. But if they whooping y'all that way, shit, I don't know what y'all gonna do to me. So when I first got in there and started playing, I was like, oh, okay. No, when I first started playing, I was okay, that's nice. And plus, I was eating them up in practice. So I was just like, oh, so I could play. So when you look back on it now, I'm kind of like you, like, I don't know if people were outmatched or if people weren't putting forth the effort or we didn't do a good job of evaluation. But that was the first sense, based off what Cam said, that was the first sense of like, but when you get to the league though, there ain't no motivation for you. Either you're gonna get paid and you're gonna have some dog in you, you're gonna have some Saquon in you or some Jalen Hurts, or you just gonna collect your paycheck no matter what the score is on the board.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, Anthony.
You on mute.
Said it on here. I'm on mute.
You was off mute once I said it.
Oh
no. You good?
Okay. There were on both levels I played on, except when I went to St. Louis training camp. There were players on the Bears that were, and when I played at Kentucky, that was just happy to be on the team.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't care. It is almost like your love for football was just gone. Like I'm just here because I'm getting a free ride and my education paid for, so I'm gonna get a degree, or I'm paying for my my lifestyle that my wife, my kids are accustomed to.
Mm-hmm.
It was the same way. And then there were guys who were motivated because they love football. When I went to the Rams, the group I was with, they were in it. It's the best group I have. It was the best. I came from a damn good DB room at Kentucky. This was the best DB room I have ever been associated with. We all hung out.
With Dexter and Dre them?
Yep. Ty
Light was still there?
Yep. We all hung out. We all played golf together. We all hung out. What was on Ron Carpenter there still when you got there? Safety?
Why does it sound? He might have been on his way out during that camp.
Okay. Yeah.
It sounds familiar, but I don't know him though.
All that DB room, dude, they know me from Dexter knew me because we played in the Peach Bowl against him, but no one knew me from anybody else on the street. Once I got there, I was treated like I was a member of the room from jump.
Right.
And those guys played that way. And I don't know what they were the year before I got there because they didn't win as many games. But that year, they were all in.
Right.
And then when they got Marshall Faulk, it was a whole dude. The shit that went on in that locker room when the equipment manager came out and said, "We got Marshall Faulk," it was like everybody wanted $1 million.
Yeah.
It was crazy. So I've seen both sides, but I don't think it's right for Cam to come in there and say that the entire organization were losers. He said 1 through 50, whatever. There were some players on that team that were not losers. Now, were there some players on the team that were? For damn sure. But you just can't blankly say, I mean, you had a Hall of Famer on that team. Steve Smith was not a loser. And didn't play like one. You know what I'm saying?
What he meant by that, though. I wonder what he meant by that.
That they're all losers?
Yeah.
They won like 4 games the previous year.
I think you try to, but I think, put it like this. Let me ask you this. I think you try to erase, and that's what my man Mike Waskowitz was my fullback in high school. But I think when you say it's based off of the record, was our team last year or the coaching staff losers? The 4-18? What would you say?
Yeah.
Why do you say that? So that's I'm gonna walk you around the block. So why do you say that?
That's a good point.
So there's a mentality that it was okay. Like who and that was the one thing, and it may have been from top down, because who stepped up and said, "Look, we ain't gonna let this continue to happen." And as you and I have both heard, we have heard that the coaches did not allow somebody to step up and hold people accountable.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm thinking Cam might have been saying, like, there was nobody trying to change the culture of losing. And like Mike is saying, everybody want to compete. If you want to go out there and compete, you might be outmatched at points. Or like that's the point I was trying to make. It was a lot of people on our team. Like even as much flack as I give our defense from under the Mummy era, man, there was some dogs out there. I wouldn't dare say them dudes wasn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't dare say them dudes weren't competing and wasn't trying to win. But
and that's why I said I was conflicted, because when I first heard it, I'm like, here, and I thought about it, I was on a 1-10 team, and Jordan came here and talking about. So that's why it's hard. But I do. There's some truth in every statement, and there's some truth in that. I don't think it's a blanket truth like he made the statement to be, that he went to a team full of losers.
Right.
That he went to a team that had a loser mentality, because, like, I think of the year before the 21 season, we played the all SEC schedule, right? We were 5-6. That team is technically losers.
Were we?
In 2020.
I thought it was worse than that.
We were 4-6. We were 4-6 and won a bowl game. Yeah.
Oh.
So we was 4-6 then, because I know you'll take the bowl game. So
Right.
it was 4-6, right? You would say that team's losing because we was 4-8 this year, right?
Right.
But when you got every season's a new season, and that's why I'm not giddy like I've been the past few years, but they turned over the roster like we talked about before. So this season is a new season. So do you come in? Does what's the
quarterback?
Yeah, what's his name? Zach. Yeah. Does Zach Kazana come here and say, y'all a bunch of losers? You know what I'm saying? Like, there were some guys they were not losers, but do you just come in, all right, I'm going to make a difference because y'all a bunch of losers?
I think like Mike said, I think it's the way they compete, man. Because I remember, and Elliot Uslack was bigger than Coach Smith, but I remember them jokers trying to square off in the middle of the field because I don't know why, but I just remember I was a DB still, and they was about to get into it. Then I wound up not liking Elliot Uslack at the end of the end of his tenure there, but I was like, it was just a dog of Coach Smith. Like, man, I said Coach Smith gonna get his little tail whooped because he's short. He was smaller. But he was mad about whatever it was, and they was both about to get to it. Which you're saying, so we talking about, do you say this to somebody? Listen, I told you this as well. I know you don't never remember nothing. I know you had some health issues. Some health issues when you played ball. So when I was moved to offense, I was in the room with y'all, but they moved me to offense when Mo got hurt.
No. You in the running back room first, then you moved to us, then you moved back.
Right. So once I was solidified back in that, they said they're not moving me back. They just kept me a running back. So we going through, I'm scout team running back.
Yeah.
I'm up through there. Run it again. All right. They know the play coming. Boom, boom. I jump in there, jump cut out the hole. Run it right here. Do not cut back. And I look at them like, that's dumb. Like, why would I do that? So I gotta go up in there and fold up and let them. And now they all they roughing me up and stuff.
Yeah.
So I went back to the huddle and broke another one. So every time I'm having a chess match against our defense because I'm trying to prepare and prove myself. The Coach Glazer called me after practice and was like, "This is a real conversation, dude." He says, "Hey man, you need to watch out pissing them players off." And I was, "What do you mean?" He was like, "Just keep your mouth shut and go back to the huddle." And I was like, I'm just kind of looking, like, what is that? So this is when you talk about mentality. And I'm like, what is that supposed to mean? And he was like, "Want me to turn them loose on you?" And I shrugged my shoulders. I'm like, yeah, you should. You know what I'm saying? Like, basically, I didn't say this to him, but that's how naive I was as a kid. Yeah, show me then. Like, because I said they're going to try and kill me on Saturdays. If I get to play, they're going to try to hurt me. So he was just like, well, just shut up and go back to the huddle. So a defensive line, it was a Chris Ward or Marvin Major, somebody was like, man, they mad as hell at you. And I was like, what? But the point was, if I was getting the best of you, then rough me up. But then instead of roughing me up, you're going to make me run the ball. And I'm going to that hole. I'm going to do the same thing Fred Taylor going to do, or whoever Kevin Falk going to do.
Do Staley?
Yeah. No, run it here. And I'm not saying I improvised. Like, I did what I was supposed to do. You cut it off. So where was your backside? But it's been several things that was said from top down that was just like, that didn't make sense to me. Now, if I was messing, like if I'm running the wrong play and I'm messing up your look, or if I'm a defensive back, like I told you when I was in St. Louis, which this has nothing to do with that, they had me playing safety. Coach Steve Brown had me playing safety, scout team safety. Man, get to the middle of the field. I'm trying to get there. It's like, no, we need you over. I said, man, the rest of the NFL can't get over top of these dudes. You trying to get me over top of I was mad as hell, man. They started cussing me out like I'm gonna get over top of Torrey Holden. I was a king running deep crossing.
Facts.
But that was only some of the conversation. Other than that, when I became a leader, I held people accountable. And I mean, it was kind of like you said in St. Louis. Our offense, when y'all left, when Couch, Yeast, Homer, we hung out together, man, we held each other accountable. So That's why I said we was going to be successful. That's why when you talk about what was this team like this year, I don't even know what the team was like last year, but there was a lot of things that happened in our offensive locker room that I'm like, man, who allows this to happen? The quarterback? I mean, Brock wasn't having a good enough year, I guess, to really grab nobody's face mask. Shit, Ray Davis, the year before last was, or was it last? No, year before last.
Year before last
was. So I kind of hear what Cam's saying. I kind of hear why you torn. At some point, there's other people who knew that there's some accountability had to be had. And if nobody's going to say nothing, like if somebody want to slap the hell out of, and I think Steve Smith probably going to have some words for Cam. I'm going to go look for some videos. Somebody said Steve Smith addressed him.
No, he did on Twitter.
Oh, when he see him face to face, it's probably going to be up there.
Yeah, it's on site, but that's the tough part, and that's why it's hard for me. Because when Steve Smith left and went to Baltimore, what was his thoughts on that locker room? I know it's a different situation.
Yeah.
But when you are the star and you leaving somewhere, when I came to Kentucky, bro, no lie. And here's the thing. I didn't think I was that good. To be honest with you. I come here, I'm like, really? Now, this is not the starters, because we had some Marcus and Melvin and Sherwood and Don Robinson and Willie Cannon. They were on point.
Right.
Even the backups were the Steve Halls and the Keos. They were, but then it was like, yo, what is so hard for y'all to pick up? I'm like, y'all on scholarship? Hey, y'all on scholarship? Hey, bro, you on scholarship? Hey, Anthony, is system scholarship? Hey. And then just the mentality of some. We had some dogs. That year, that whole senior class were none but dogs.
Right.
They also were the last class recruited by Jared Claiborne.
I was about to say.
They were the last gang of Jared Claiborne's group. After that,
you know what? I kind of blame. I want to see what you thought the solution was. I'm gonna give you a couple nuggets. Like we just said on there, if Brock Vandagriff walked away from the game, how long did you want? At what point did you want to leave? Like, were you ever into it? I'm gonna say this, and this will make me think about what you said. You had some dogs there in the beginning. So how did half of the people get there that you questioning whether they could perform at this level or willing to compete at that level, or have ever, like I said, I don't care if you ain't fast enough or strong enough and you competing at 100%, we can find some Bill Belichick. We'll find somewhere for you to do it. It can be special teams.
If you're a football player.
Yeah, we just want you to make plays, shit, put you in anything. But it reminds me of this. This is what makes you think about it. And Tyrone Wheatley told me, now I told you how that was in Oakland, where it was you knew Tyrone and Napoleon Kaufman were the starting running backs. But in practice, you could be the fourth running back. You running with the ones, like you running with Rich Gannon and Brown, everybody, because we just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I messed up. Tyrone got all in my shit. Now we had a good relationship, like you were saying, like so he was like, hey, young buck, let me holler at you. He said, one thing, if you ever want to be a leader, if you ever become a leader, never let them see you give up. Never let them see you let down. Because if I'm the starting running back, then the backup running back watching me give half effort, he thinks it's okay to give half effort. And it's kind of the same way the coach would cuss out the best player. And he would always give me little nuggets, but he was tough as hell. Like, I'm talking about a fight in a minute. Will hold you accountable. But that was one thing that always stuck with me, that if you are the starter at work, whether it's business, especially sports, if you don't give 100%, the person behind you got not to give 100%. Now, if I'm giving 100% and you behind me not giving 100%, I'm gonna chew your ass out because I got the right to do that. Kind of like some of the comments Kobe made. Like if you wasn't in the, no, I'm taking the last shot because you wasn't in the gym when I was here to midnight last night putting up shots. No, I ain't. So that's why I wonder, what do you think last year's UK squad and the squads that you say had some questionable figures?
You just hit the nail on the head with if the starter isn't giving the best effort. And that's the thing I can say about the 93 Anthony. The 93 team were dogs. When I say dogs, they weren't part-time dogs. They were not studio dogs. They were not social media. They were when we practiced, dude. I learned so much that year when we was practicing. So I'm starting feeling myself, right? I'm starting to feel good. Your boy making plays, right? So then they put me against the ones. And I don't know what it ones 11 on 11, whatever, 1v1, whatever it was. So kind of like what you said, 5 plays rotate. Coach Smith didn't have that, but sort of like that. So I'm in there. I'm like, yeah, standing around the pile. Yeah. Like, what the? Dude, the play's over. Lyman, I can't remember, was it West? It doesn't matter. West Jackson, one of them said, don't stand around the pile, young buck. I'm like, what you mean? Don't stand around the pile. What am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to run to the ball, right? Run to the ball, be around the ball. Don't stand around the ball. Don't stand around the pile. Dude, when I say I got ear hole, it's an ear hole. He dove over the pile to hit me.
Yeah.
Anthony, that was the last year we practiced like that.
You know who should do me like who should do me like that? And you might have had a better chance because you was bigger. You know who used to tear my ass up when I was scout team defensive DB?
Who, Tuck?
James Tucker. Yes, sir, man. Man, I'll be in coverage. I'll be getting stalk blocking because you know all we did was random. So he'd be stalk blocking, and I'll be trying to get, man, he got me in here. I can't. Then he'd just run me to the pile and just push me down on top of everybody.
Yep.
And I was like, stop that, man. And the mess, the jacked up thing was he wore number 32. I wanted number 2. So he had my number. My locker was right next to his.
Dude. And those days,
R.I.P. James Tucker.
Those days were you didn't realize why we won so many games that year.
Yeah.
After you played 3 other years. Because them leaders didn't accept anything less. It was balls to the wall. And if you weren't, you was going to get ear hole standing around the pile.
And maybe that's what Cam is saying, man, because I still go back to when I think about it, like Cam always stay into it with somebody. I will say this: his person now he's the most athletic person, one of the most athletic people walking this earth. So you already got an advantage. That's why I say I don't know how good a basketball player LeBron is. You just got a size advantage. You, Shaq, some people size, speed. So you should be at least decent. Now you had a little skill, but my point is this: he always into it with kids. Into it, if you. I don't know if Michael Jordan talk crap to like just average human beings. Like if you one of the best to ever do it, like Tom Brady, I know Tim Couch, Tom Brady, shit, me, my people, we talk like I can talk shit to Tim Couch. We both can just because we cool. But I don't think you're gonna talk down to somebody, like I said. Cam stay into it with kids. Anybody who questions his success, dude, if you are that dude, you shouldn't be arguing. So I wonder if he is mentally weak because it draws me back to that Super Bowl when he ain't jump on that damn fumble. Like if you landed on the line, get your 6 foot 7, 270 pounds self in there, 265. Dude, you the size of LeBron James. Now mine's them defense linemen big, but they ain't gonna mangle you.
Yeah. Oh, that kind of struck me, man, because I went through some highs and lows with that one. I was like, yeah, that's right. Then I'm like, wait, hold on. Wait, pump your brakes now. Not everybody. On that 1-10 team, I don't think I was a loser.
You know the problem about it, I think he was just blanking it, like you said. I think the biggest problem about it was that he was just saying it so definitively. Like he either knew something or he didn't leave no room for I don't think he left no room for wiggle.
Cam has COVID-19 issues?
He might, man. He might. There's a lot of weird stuff happening, man.
Cam is an entertainer now. I think sometimes.
No, what that got to do with you arguing with kids at camp? Now I can see you going back and forth with kids at camp.
Yeah.
You remember the ones young Thundercats tried to jump on him? The ones that stole him?
That's a hard one, Anthony. I ain't gonna lie. That's a hard one. I wouldn't do it, but I understand. Because Cam puts on this stuff for the kids. For y'all to be disrespecting me. When all the stuff that I'm doing to put y'all on, like y'all understand, like you understand this as being a leader of a group and putting on maybe a presentation, right? I don't think people understand how hard it is to put on a 7-on-7 that's organized, that's got vendors, that got good football fields, that's giving you good merchandise. Like all that takes a lot on a person. And for me to be doing it for low cost, then you to be coming at me, dude, I'm giving you a platform. I'm giving coaches come here. And for you, I can understand. I wouldn't do it, but I do understand it. I do understand these coaches that be out here. And would I get into fisticuffs? Not me. I'm also almost 50. I'm a little different. But I do, that side of me is like, man, these motherfuckers, they really trying to test me, ain't they? Like, I get that. But you're right. He shouldn't be going after kids.
How does it get to that point? Everything you're saying is right, but how does it get to that point? Have you worked camps at like LSU or Southern or something, like where you affiliated with people locally because you're from there?
Yeah.
So when I came back here, and I'm about 30 then, but even now when I go to camps, man, I'm in Taco Burris's tail, Sweet Pea on his head, rested so who I had the most Trevor, man. Me and Trevor be going at it. We talking stuff. Man, line him up. No, get him up here. No, get to the front of the line. No, I got it. So he got money on this. Every now and then I'll line up there and run a route or play, man, let me show y'all and play DB. The point is we having a good time with it because we both know. Like, when it was my time, I did my thing. And now that I'm 30 or 40, it may not come out the way, but I ain't backing down. I'm saying it never, if somebody was to talk trash to me that I was putting on the camp, I wouldn't let it. I mean, how did you have to go back then for it to even become an issue? Now, if they say something to you, you ignore it, you can handle it. But if they say something to you and you get offended, why are you so sensitive? What are you offended about? If somebody told me I wasn't nice, well, that's their opinion. Now we can line up. Now, especially if you're 40, we can line up. If you're 16 or 17, we can line up.
See, that's the thing. You're right. You're right. I will say this. If someone keeps saying something to you, and you're ignoring, then fine, you just had enough of this shit. Set your punk ass up. Not saying it's right, but that's how.
No.
Yeah, I got you.
No. And that's coming out of your 50-year-old mouth. No. I understand what you're trying to say, and that's okay if you are. I ain't gonna name nobody. I ain't gonna say, and that's okay if you are somebody who hasn't experienced success. If you wasn't a damn Super Bowl MVP,
right?
And you know what? Did I tell you that somebody asked me? Like, I'll play basketball all day long. Should I try volleyball, tennis? One thing I really don't do is play flag football because flag football, my size is no advantage, and I know damn well it's always gonna be somebody trying to test me at 40.
Yes.
And they're going to consider that a win.
Yes.
But I got to take it because they only challenging me because I got a status or something.
Right.
Because when I was that young, shit, I'm trying everybody. When I was 16, 17, I'm trying everybody. Now, if I lose, I'm back to the drum. So my point is, and here's the thing you kind of missing. There's too many different. You're saying, and here's the problem, like I said, with your 50-year-old mouth. You are saying that he had enough of it. This crap happens with him on many different venues. It happened when the kids tried to jump him on the steps. It happened with him, the little white boy at his camp. And it happened with him and I wonder, and I believe that one cat he got into it with, the first one that was going back and forth maybe 8 years ago, that kid probably wound up somewhere because he seemed athletic. And if his competition was as good as his mouth,
his word.
I'm gonna look back and see who that kid was and see what happened with him. But I'm saying it's been happening with Cam like over the past 10 years. Ever since he walked away from the game, now it's all fun and games to him. Like you said, he's doing entertainment.
Right.
But he's always had a little, and he should have a chip on his shoulder. You was never the man. Not saying that he shouldn't have been. Got kicked out of Florida, went to one, but he still never got the respect he feels like he should. Won a national championship, undefeated team, NFL MVP. When's it gonna be enough?
Well, Anthony, I will say this. We ain't on Cam. I'm gonna say me. I'm not on Cam's level. Well, see, Brian, that's the problem. Honestly, Anthony, that's the problem.
Why didn't say the kids never come again? He should have addressed it with the coach, man. Get your boy under control.
Right. But that's the problem. The coaches are. Have you not seen Little League football nowadays? Coaches be chirping. Coaches be fighting with other coaches now. That's the problem. What you just said, Brian, is the problem. You can't go to the coach because the coach is back there chirping too. Dude, I just saw a high school game where, dude, Anthony, high school game in Louisiana. Coach is getting into it in the playoff game. Dude, do you know, Anthony, since I've been coaching, this will be my 4th year. Anthony, every year there's a team that's forfeiting games because they fighting. Coaches involved too. High school game, these are grown ass men who are not only leading men in the on the football field, they teaching too. You know what I'm saying? They teaching something, PE, health, whatever, and they out here clowning.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
It's a wild days, bro. Hey, hold on. This is Anthony. I went to a 7-on-7. This in the summertime. This 7-on-7. This is supposed to be fun. These coaches almost getting the physical 7-on-7. Are we serious? Me and the other coach looking at each other like, are they really about to? We're looking at each other like, it's real. Are we really 7-on-7 at the? You know what they complain about? You're supposed to throw like 5-4 seconds, whatever.
Oh yeah,
no one had a stopwatch.
Yeah.
So then they complain. Oh, you got dude. There's no. This is not a trophy. This is high schools playing 7-on-7. This ain't a trophy. Y'all really get. There's no record.
Dang.
Really?
Sheesh. Damn. I say this, man. I say this. And you kind of prove my point, but you dance. Them guys, and I'm with you. I like it. And I'm trying to tell you, if nobody knew me and Trevard, and like I said, the only people I really think of Taco, who else? I've got into it with what's Mike, the safety that played in the Super Bowls.
Oh, Mike Brown?
Mike Edwards.
That's a Bears. I get them. I always say them.
Mike Edwards.
I know. That's why I say I always get them. I say.
So, like when he was a junior, the year before he had a really good senior year, I was running the camp and they came over and talked. I was talking trash to Trevard. I was, DB can't get nothing. But if you didn't know us, but I ain't got nothing to lose by arguing with them. They ain't got nothing to lose. Right. So it shouldn't be no. Cam is on a different level than these wanna be or has been coaches. If you would have told me one of the coaches was Marshall Falk or Terrell Owens or whatever, then it'd be different. Like you talking about a NFL MVP, you talking about these coaches, overweight coaches that may or may never really probably never got a shot and trying to live through these kids. Well, in my day, but here's what I'm gonna tell you. I know you remember this because some of the comments kind of go to this. And this is why, and I know it's a different race of people that this went on. You remember when Marshawn, the lady kept trying to cuss Marshawn out and took her kid out of camp? And Marshawn was like, don't come to my camp because I talk like this. Like, if you don't want him here, then take him on out of here.
Right. Yeah.
He didn't go back and forth. He tried to be respectful as possible. And was like, well, if your kid can't do this, man, get on up through. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm putting this camp on. That's what you were saying. We're putting this camp on for your kid. He want me to talk to him a certain way. No, this is my camp. This is how I run it.
Right.
Now, if you don't want your kid around cussing, that's totally not only it could have been multiple videos. And if she had the opportunity, she should have gathered multiple videos. We got one kid at a camp. So what was the problem? So your kid deserves some kind of other treatment than somebody else. And I don't know if you remember a couple years ago, though. It's funny, man, that they took it down. That's about 5 years ago now? When we had that clip, we kept playing it. It wasn't funny. When the coach shoved that kid down because he did something wrong. Little bitty kid, maybe a 6-year-old, 7-year-old. And it was all over the news, and the parents wanted the coach up out of there. You remember that clip?
Yeah.
It was in the huddle, and he shoved the kid, and they took it down. It may still be in our archive somewhere back.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what it was. Yeah, Talib.
Damn.
Yep, I remember that too.
That's dude. Anthony. I'm telling you, Anthony. We've had some stuff. We have had some stuff with my school, and we're not a juggernaut of a program. We are a solid program who do things the right way, right?
Right.
But we have some knuckleheads on our team, and we have done some stuff the past 2 years after we beat a team bad, and our players go on the field do something stupid, and the coach on the other end, they see us coaches on our sideline pissed off at them doing something stupid, but now they got to be pissed off. Like, bro, like, are we serious? Like, we are not. And our head coach is the nicest, one of the best individuals to lead men. He's like, now I got to take my ass over here and tell their coach and say, man, look, man, I apologize. This ain't what. He's going to the nth degree, but they still mad. Now, for me, I just worry about bump elbows. See y'all next year. But he's over there trying to talk to him, dude. Look, we wouldn't do these knuckleheads out here that's doing things on their own. But dude, why are you so salty? Y'all getting y'all ass whipped. We ain't the team. And Anthony, what we do is we bring in everybody. Well, once it gets to a certain point, we empty the bench. So it's not like we're still playing the starters.
Right.
I like, y'all want to be salty? Let's bring these fucking starters back in. Let's really, you know what I'm saying? Let's run the fucking score up because we trying to be nice to y'all. But the coaches nowadays, man, you right, Anthony. Cam could be soft too because it has gotten to a point. I played on Anthony at Kentucky. When we should have beat Florida in 1993, Steve Spurrier ain't never took the gas off of our ass since then.
You're right.
Dude, he ain't never take the foot off the gas. When he played us, he was trying to score 100 because of 1983. Ain't nobody over there like, oh my God, why don't he put in a backup? Why he do it? What he tell you, bro? Hopefully the next year your ass a little bit better, and now you can do it to us. But that's so soft, man.
Who said? I don't know if it was announcers or somebody said something. In the half. Maybe it's at the end of the game when they were just interviewing real quick. But I know it made the newspaper the next morning before we went on the show, and they said something about Steve Spurrier running the score up. He said, "We ain't running the score. We only scored 50." And they was like, who'd you think about? I like Steve Spurrier. I like it. So I was like, hey, he ain't lying. He ain't lying. I'm going to get this out of here, man. Then we're going to get up off of here, man. Steve, I want to see what you got for Steve. So just because everybody tuned in to hear UK sports. So if this team has been beaten down so bad, ain't nobody holding nobody accountable. If we still got any dogs, how do we turn them loose? Like Macklin might have been the dog. Like we don't know. The last time I heard something going on in that locker room, last time anything that got to the public, I'm sure other things have happened, which it never got real big. But who did JoJo Kemp whoop? Boom. Yeah, JoJo.
No, when the lineman got into it.
Yeah, but come on, man. That was a sumo. That was a sumo match. That was just a little tussle. No, they said it was one of them locker room joints where JoJo turned up.
Bone Stone.
Yeah. No, yeah. I'm talking about like we do. Hey, everybody stand down and let him go. Let him go. They said he whooped him. They said he whooped him. Like, hey, he ain't gonna say nothing else to him.
Damn.
Yeah, they said he whooped him. But that was the last time I heard player holding people accountable.
That was a normal occurrence when we were at Kentucky. We had fights on all the time.
It wasn't no talking behind your back, talking under your. It wasn't
right.
Hey, me to K1 upstairs in the ring.
We had Jock Jones on here, and he said something to address this. The coaches got to allow the players to have the ability to police 100%. That's it. I would say this is dogs can smell bitches too. So don't be up there being a female dog thinking that you can hold somebody else accountable. Because a real dog will sniff your ass out. So you also need to have the real dogs holding players accountable. Not, I'm just saying.
That's real spit, though, man. That's real spit, man. Man, Lord, fighting is not a bad thing. And that's what Hal Mummy used to try to do, man. Like if your team ain't showing no passion, especially and the worst thing you want is a soft defensive line. Not saying our defensive line was soft, but we had a passing attack. So all we did was set block, man. You really just had to keep your head from getting knocked off or anything. But we wasn't. Even our run plays was set blocks. But that was one thing. He wanted our defensive line to be tougher on our offensive line. So he'll make the offensive line fight. Like, man, we be playing Mississippi State, Georgia, Florida. Right. Yeah, Mississippi State was in our bracket back then. Them jokers was. So, but he used to manufacture fights, man. That they'll tell me Tony Franklin to be like, watch out, man. I don't want you getting your shoulder messed up. Like, so don't be trying to break it up or nothing. So just be like, hey, but they gonna get it in. You gonna let them talk about you like that? Boom, 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 boom. That's enough. But as I said, but like you said, I don't think people know, and it may happen. And but like you said, Jock said it right. We're gonna get off here with that because you made the perfect comment. But the one thing, if I have somebody. Jay Hayes still breaking down clips, boy, that'd have to be a sound bite. I might even make that a sound bite my damn self. But it reminds me of one thing about Curry, whether you like him or not. Remind me that day, who was it? Cross and George. And he jumped in the middle of the crowd.
Who? Cross and Tucker.
I knew it was Cross. And they told it's everybody in the Curry then jumped in the middle and grabbed Cross. And now he got Cross like trying to, man, he Curry them turned on his mouth, nose bloody. He jumped right in the middle there with no equipment on. Because that's just what it was. But he didn't care they fought. He just wasn't gonna let nobody get hurt because people get to throwing fisticuffs and whatnot.
Hold Hold on. I got one more, and then I'm gone because this is a story. Coaches back then were different. Coach back then was different. Coach Smith, we were doing stop blocking drills, and one of the DBs were not stop blocking right. Coach Smith turned his hat. You know he wore that blue cap. Turned his cap black. He had that short sleeve. What the little plastic little shiny thing?
Her little sweat jacket.
Yeah, dude blasted him, picked him up, dumped him, and said, "This is what I want you to do." I'm like, dude, coaches are made different now, bro. Coaches are made different. You said Coach Curry jumped in, Coach Smith turned that hat backwards and dumped that DB. I'm like, God damn.
Oh man. Shit. Do you ever that remind me? Have you ever heard that story? Who was that? Was talking Stacks was talking about when Charles Oakley told that player not to put the towel on his head.
No.
He said, didn't I tell you I was gonna slap
when did Stacks play with Charles Oakley?
Hornets? No, Charles Oakley was the coach.
Oh, okay.
And that's what he said. He sounds big and Oak. He was like, please don't slap. You ain't no player no more. But he said, I ain't never begged so hard. I'm gonna send you the clip. He's like, I ain't never begged so hard. He said, didn't I tell you I was gonna slap you? He said, didn't I tell you I was gonna slap your bitch ass?
Okay, no joke, dude.
Please, Oak, don't. But that video, man, hearing him tell them stories, man, it'd be funny. But that remind me, like I said, man, things that got so soft. You know, I ain't about abusing nobody. We did have some coaches that were abusing people. Back then, it really wasn't considered. It was on the friend on the cusp of being outlawed. You putting your hands on players. But we did have a coach, I think, that was frustrated because our offense was so terrible, putting his hands on people because for whatever reason. But yeah, I ain't cool with that, man. All right, man. We appreciate everybody, man. I got me a good laugh night. I was halfway in bed before we started. Now, man, I might go watch me go look up a couple memes and whatnot.
All right, man.
Let them know.
Oh, jeez.
Can't fight no brother. So yep, that's what you got to do, man. There's the blueprint, Stoops. Like Van said, let the players hold them accountable. You ain't got to do them a breakup fights. Just let the players hold them accountable. That way, they ain't got nothing to do with NIL. You can make as much NIL as you want to. Hey, keep on missing them meetings. Catch these hands. Oh, what happened with you guys? Oh, really?
If the coach has to police the team, you ain't around us all the time. You better let them players police because we are the ones around each other all the time. If you don't let us do it, you're going to get cracks in that wall, and that's what happened last year.
That is right, man. We appreciate y'all. Come back next week. Like, subscribe, share, follow, and we'll be back next week.